Um, I'm so depressed. I have to snap out of it. I don't know how to get out of it. And how many medications can a person take? They tell you we were titrating down on Wellbutrin. So I was up to 450, and the jump down to 300 didn't feel like anything. Paul says had a bad week. I don't remember. I remember that it was like nothing. And in the past, years ago, I was up to 300 and quit like you said you did. No big deal. Now I'm down to 150 this month. I don't know if that's it. I don't know. And I have PMS. It's bad. But things like my preoccupations and pain are coming from Paul. I'm not supposed to hold him responsible, right? It's just... So today's Father's Day. And we had talked the other day, yesterday, like, oh shit, tomorrow's Father's Day. No, it's probably on Friday. And, we have this tradition for Mother's Day and Father's Day, like, a menu is made of choices, and the person, is in bed and picks that out, and then gets served breakfast in bed. And it's like a big thing for Poppy. It's fun. Actually, it's a little stressful. But, so we were talking, and he's like, well, you know what I like? And it's like bacon, eggs, toast, also donuts, coffee. And this must have been yesterday, and I was like, I'm not going to get to Superfood Town today. Like, can we make it a Tilda donut and Starbucks coffee? And he was like totally happy with that. He was like, I love Starbucks coffee. I love Tilda's donuts. And I was like, okay. I was like, but me and Poppy are going to make a menu of choices, but that's what you'll choose. And yesterday I did writing. I felt really funky after therapy. I took a long nap. Like, it's just the day kind of went by, and then it was nighttime. I was thirsty, and I couldn't go to... I didn't even need to go to... I forget that. I didn't need to go to Food Town for his breakfast stuff. Before I went to the 7-Eleven deal last night, he said something like, oh, I can't go with you. I'm exhausted. He had played pretty hard with her all day while I did my things. And, like, I felt upset because all week he's been exhausted at night. But because he's working late, long drive, like, he's perfect. He has the right to feel tired. But for days and days now, we haven't watched 3 episodes of Dark Shadows in a row like we used to do, which equals an hour, 20 minutes each. He always reads me to sleep. We haven't been doing that. And this is childish of me, I guess, but it's been getting to me, like, and like I'm realizing, like, I have no fucking life. I mean, I've been realizing this for a while. Like, I don't have friends or anything to do except hang out with Poppy, go on errands, and clean the house. It's like, that's what my life is, or supposed to be. And the only thing I have to look forward to is this social time with Paul that starts at midnight and goes till 3 or 2, and so he's like sleep deprived. So I get it, but I hate it, and it's making me sad because I guess I don't even want to cry. I'm lonely. I'm bored. So I felt that sadness last night. I wound up staying up really late, like 4. I could not sleep. I took an extra Klonopin and set my alarm for 11 because I was like, there'll be enough sleep. If they don't get up until like 12:30, I'll have time to get him a donut and go to Starbucks. And my alarm goes off at 11. I turn it off and go back to sleep. And then I wake up and in a bolt. I have to pee. I see Paul's not in bed. I'm like, oh, he's probably on the couch. He does it a lot. And then I smell like toast toasting. And I run into the kitchen, and I just went, he's drinking coffee, he's eating toast. And I went, no, 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 no. And he went, I'm sorry, I have a migraine. And I just turned around and went back to the bedroom because I'm really fucking sick of his migraines. This is a guy who's done coke and heroin numerous times, lived on weed, lots of psychedelics. And when he has a major migraine, he takes Tylenol. And when he could, go to a neurologist specializing in migraines and get state-of-the-art, effective medications. There are nasal sprays that stop the pain immediately. There are other medications that are preventative. And there are a lot of medications. And no, they don't do it. And we had this little fight where I was like, you remind me of all my mentally ill friends, which once included me, who would like use lavender to control manic episodes. And he was like, lavender? And I was like, yeah, it's supposed to be calming. I could see them recommending it to you and put a few drops on your forehead. He's like, that doesn't sound too bad. I was like, yeah, and it's totally ineffective. And then Poppy came along and like was like, Daddy, help me with this app. So he got up and I was like, please come back and finish this conversation. And he never came back. And some time went by and he didn't come back. And I was like, well, I might as well get up and take my meds and eat something. And, you know, so I go and do that. I'm in the kitchen for quite a while, drinking my Diet Cherry Coke. They're in the living room doing their thing. He never comes back into, because he obviously is not going to finish the conversation. Maybe he didn't remember. I could see him not remembering me even saying that. Like, and not actually consciously, deliberately avoiding me on that issue. But he's avoiding me. So also at some point in the bedroom, he said something like, can we do something else for Father's Day? And I was like so upset. And I was like, you're not my father. It's not my deal. And then Poppy's like, but I'm a kid and I need you to drive me places and help me. And I was like, that's true. I can do that for you, Poppy. Okay. The thing is that I am angry about the migraine. And I told him, I was like, I'm sick of it. I was like, you've been having it since you were 18 years old. This is a chronic problem. And I've stopped feeling sorry for you because you're not taking adequate measures to prevent or stop them. So I used to feel bad for you, but I don't feel bad for you anymore. And he was like saying stuff like, well, I had, like, his excuse for not excuse, his reason for not participating in the donut and coffee thing. He was like, I had to get up. He's like, my head hurt. I had to go have something to eat. There's a mosquito on the phone. I had to go out and get fresh air. And I was like, and then you had to take a couple of Tylenol, extra strength. He's like, I haven't done that this time yet. This one I think might go away. I was like, oh, if it doesn't go away, you'll take some extra strength Tylenol? And he doesn't answer that. And that was like in the bedroom. So I felt like I'm so over it with his migraines. I should have compassion, but when someone keeps having the same problem over and over and over again for 25 years and they won't take sensible advice, his sister Sandra had years of migraines and went to see a neurologist, and she's on some medication. She doesn't have migraines anymore, and she told him this. She was like, see a neurologist that specializes in headaches. And he didn't. And then even my fucking psychiatrist the other day, I complained about this, and he was like, he needs to see a neurologist. There's a lot of medications out there. And I was like, I know, I used to work for the National Headache Foundation, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and I'm sure, like, my info is out of date, But even then, I knew that there were like a lot of options. So it's infuriating. And then I got real like vicious kind of, and I was like, you know what? I was like, you won't go to a doctor. I gotta know why, but you won't. Because you'll take any drug under the sun, but you won't go to a doctor. I was like, and I think that you would have witnessed my raging bipolar for the rest of my life without suggesting, requesting that I go see a psychiatrist. It's really good that I finally came to that realization. But I didn't say, no thanks to you. Not that it's his responsibility, but people who love each other, married couples, look out for each other. You can't make someone do something. I obviously know, but you know, I was like, I have the experience of watching this for 25 years. And you have the experience of living it for 25 years. Oh, because he said it wasn't chronic. And I was like, it is chronic. You have a chronic condition. Mosquito, evil mosquitoes. And I was like, but you know, I don't have your personal experience with how this is. It wants my blood. I will move. You know, I gotta let go. I have to let go. But I have to have the annoyance of him being out of commission at least once a month. He's like, I'm doing pretty good. I haven't had one in a month. I was like, that's pretty bad. Anyway, so that all went on. I felt true disgust and anger and like frustration. But really, what I felt, the strongest feeling that I felt, was like this anguish that I didn't get to get him a donut and coffee and have the little ritual that we've always had. What the hell's wrong with me? He doesn't feel well, you know. It annoys me that he doesn't take good care of himself, but he's not feeling well. And the other thing was migraines. He's like, I like to eat. I like to like get fresh air. And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's great. That's holistic. But if you had a prescription, you could eat and take a walk and like get some fresh air, give it some time. Holy shit, this is gonna be a big one. This isn't going away. And then you take a medication that you can take as needed. Just like when I feel it coming on, I could do some mindfulness, deep breathing, going for a walk before I pop a Klonopin. I usually don't. I usually pop the Klonopin. But anyway. Like, I don't belittle his efforts to work it out of his system, and I guess that sometimes works, so that's great. But, like, more often it doesn't work. But, okay, blah, blah, blah. I'm sad we didn't have our ritual. I feel lost. I feel like this clump of agony inside me. Poppy doesn't care, and he's her father. She made him a little card. And I think it's because I have nothing to do. I do have a story that I wrote yesterday that I could type up. I don't know. I have no friends. You're my friend, but here, I have no friends. And the friends that I could see, I don't want to. I don't want to see Acorn Cult members. Jamie, who lives in Rocky Point, she only contacts me when she needs something from me. So I'm done with her. Alicia's really nice, but I can't stand really being around her anymore. And Poppy doesn't like her child. I just can't. So I do have these acquaintances. There are people I potentially could reach out to. Also, so much time has gone by that I'm afraid and embarrassed to, but I don't even want to see them. I didn't want